So make sure the calories are a little bit more than what you're doing, and make sure to utilize those workouts to the point of where you're building the muscle. The nutrition is the easiest part, and I don't know why people say it's the hardest part. What's my favorite exercise? Squats. I think squats is every guy's favorite exercise. I don't think there's a guy alive that doesn't like squats. Am I wrong?
No, you're right, because you used the word guy. If you used a different, descriptor, I would disagree.
Disagree on that? Yeah, that was gold. Look at Jimmy this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are great. That's his personality. He's got such a...
Hell yeah.
From what I understand, stubborn fat is that last bit of fat. It's not the beginning of fat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you're at the last part of your diet. Yeah. So yeah, it's that. I'm not sure there's a weight on it. Hopefully you put on some muscle, maybe so the weight isn't relative to what you think you should be at, but maybe it looks different. I don't know. But stubborn fat, yeah, it's fun for me for the stubborn fat because the basic fat is, you start your diet and that stuff leaves, but it's like that insertions and making the body look completely different. That little stubborn fat that wants to stay there. And I know everybody else around you probably goes, dude, you're already in shape, but you want that. The separation between the muscle and the insertion. For me, I want that. I want that little where you see the muscle curve into the body, not just the line. So yeah, stubborn fat's always, and that's why you always want to make sure that you save something for the end of the work diet. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, save. Don't use all your tools and tricks at the beginning. Make sure that you do something that you could use those things at the end when you got to get the stubborn fat off of there. You and me both, my man. I love that. I love that. I did a live on the way to the gym, and I talked about that it has to be done first thing in the morning because the day can, the way days work. I know you got to plan for how the day is going to work, and mentally and physically going to work, but sometimes things pop up, and I just don't want that. And then also, it's just that metaphor that they use with the oxygen on the plane. Put your mask on first before putting and helping others. Before you put it on your kid, put it on yourself first. And I thought that's a great metaphor for life. You have to get up first thing, take care of your health, take care of that workout, get that done. The rest of the day, eat this nutrition. The nutrition is the easiest part, and I don't know why people say it's the hardest part. Nutrition is the easiest part, but taking time out of your day, get up, get to the gym, do that drive, spend the time in the gym, do the drive home. That's a commitment. Meals, though, it takes 5 minutes to eat. Your meal's already prepped, or you just use a company like Icon and Piemonte's, and you have your meal sent to you. So that takes no time. You're staying on your plan. That's just a mental thing. Easy enough. But get up, get the workout in, take care of yourself so you can do everything else.
Can a week off contribute to boosting strength?
Of course it can. That's why powerlifters take a week off before their meet. Don't confuse something, though. Don't confuse that you take a week off, go in and lift, and take another week off and go in and lift. That's the only problem with the time between, because most people are like, oh, I went on vacation, I came back so long, maybe I should lift only once or twice a week now. And at the end of the day, you can't get away with that whole principle of twice a week, once a week, and just going for strength, because strength is one gauge of or one measurement of enhancing the body. There's a lot more to it. And there's a lot more to it for life. So, I love the fact that it's a great measurement for you, but there's other measurements.
So for Titan Talk Tuesday.
Hey, yeah, and I know I put up a post today that we're going to talk to John. We're not talking to John today. Blood work, blood work, blood work. We're going to talk to a specialist today, a wellness specialist from Titan Medical. So this is like, what are the questions he'll ask you? What is his recommendation? Why should you get blood work? What numbers is he looking for? Let's say skip bodybuilding, powerlifting, athletics. What is he looking for you to be a healthy human? That might be the first thing. And then what numbers to be a meta-human? I mean, that's what I'm looking for. What numbers can I push to make sure that my body's working at a unrealistic, healthy amount? That would be kind of cool. And I just thought of that now. Because I don't want the numbers to be decent. And I definitely don't want the numbers to be double nickels. Like, oh, well, they're good for your age. That's absolutely snowflake-ish. So that's not going to be something I thought of. Thank you so much, man. That was a fun show. It's funny, that Workaholics, World's Finest, those fun little projects, man, there's a niche for those, and people going, I love you in that. So you weigh 59 kilos. 59 kilos would be 110, 112.
What should I do to reach 60 to 65?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, whatever you're doing, I make sure that your calories is 120. Is 45 is 90.
It's a dumbbell.
90, yeah. So make sure the calories are a little bit more than what you're doing, and make sure to utilize those workouts to the point of where you're building the muscle and not burning off everything. You know what I mean? It's like I'd make sure that you're not doing any cardio. That's for sure. Yeah, but just those little steps right there. And that's the great thing about the journal, right? You guys are writing down what you're eating, what your calorie take is in. Steve Orozco came over yesterday, MMA fighter, beast of a guy, and he goes over to in my kitchen. I don't know if you see it, but there's a pantry, and it has my nutrition taped, just like your kids' homework or something like that, or grades on the refrigerator. I tape them on the cabinets, and it is the meal plan that I'm on, and the calorie intake and fats, breakdown, fibers, all that kind of stuff right there. And he was kind of going over it and reading it. And so, that's common knowledge for me to put that thing up there so I can see it, know it. And if Mona's making the meal or something, we go right to that and look at it and go, okay, I know what my plan is. Because the Titan meal plan, all you got to do is print that bad boy out for you, and you know what you're going to be doing. And you're set. But the reason I thought it was interesting is this guy is an elite athlete. And he hasn't done something like that before, but he's starting to do that now because he's going to start the 30-day blitz as well. God, taking creatine in a dry out. First thing in the morning is best. I understand. Yep, it really is. First thing in the morning. And that's you can always schedule that workout too around time where you can't do work. That's why I kind of like morning early. Getting back to it. Go back one. Wrist pain.
How do you avoid wrist pain when training biceps?
Well, there's something going on. I mean, I don't think people have to really worry about wrist pain. So any kind of pain is something that's going on with you individually. So I would make sure to check on why that is already. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if it's onset of carpal tunnel, something going on with the wrists, or you hurt it before or something like that. Broke it as a kid. Something like that. I would just check. Scotland. My island. Oh, that was Ireland. Sorry. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate it, my friend. This kid's kicking ass. This kid's kicking ass. He is consistent. He's one of my one-on-ones. He is like boom, boom, boom. Gets him in and does good check-ins too. He kind of gives me details on like meal 3 is kind of filling me. All right, let's pull back that and see if we can put some extra calories in the other meals to make sure he's still getting the calorie intake, the fats, the proteins, the carbs that he needs to keep building.